So, time to learn about jQuery. So we've learned with you guys HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as well. Now, time to learn more about jQuery. But first of all, we should understand why you should learn jQuery. So, why we need jQuery as well. What is a jQuery? That's another question. So, jQuery is an open source project, or not project, that's a library that simplifies the interactions between an HTML and CSS document, and then we can using jQuery we can write more, or write less and do more. So that helps write JavaScript codes but a lot more smoothly, and then we can do something interactive, dynamic behavior on our website. So that's the key point. That's the key point, and jQuery is widely famous with that philosophy. So write less and do more. So here, first of all, we should learn and understand jQuery's syntax and how we can attach jQuery to our website. So let's open up our browser and show you firstly, guys, what we should do right now. That's the website jQuery.com. Before starting with jQuery, we should attach jQuery to our website. So, but how we can do that? And I'm going to download jQuery, and then I can copy this link address and then go to my index.html, and as a script.js I should attach as a source this jQuery to my website. Then I can save it, so I can start with writing jQuery code, guys. So jQuery syntax is starting with $. That's the basic syntax, and then we should write selector, and then you should do some action. That's our action. That's the jQuery syntax. Selector in $, define access to jQuery, and the selector the query or finding HTML elements. An action, that's the action. So that should be performed on the elements. So let's give some examples. Let's say I have here some in my HTML. I have some P and then lorem ipsum, let's say, and then what I want now, I want to do with jQuery some actions. So but how? Then let's go to open our project. That is a first project folder, I guess. Yeah. And then after opening this page, we have right now lorem ipsum text, as you see here. I don't need anymore this jQuery.com. And what should I do right now? I'm going to write over here $, and I want to hide p text, my lorem ipsum, with this action. Okay, so save that and go to page, refresh. Now that will not work because we should do something different. So, but first of all, I'm going to show you guys now. That works right now because I've saved it now. So I have now P element, but I can't see this learn web syntax. So let's do it as a command. So save that, refresh. So now I see my p tag. So that's the way how jQuery works, guys. We can do a lot more in to affect the CSS selectors in the CSS part and HTML part, and writing some events. So then I'm going to show you just simple syntax again. Document. Ready? In function. Okay, so here we can write jQuery methods. Okay, so that's a little bit introduction and learning about jQuery syntax. In the next video, we'll learn about more jQuery methods. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about and a little bit DOM tree. So what is a DOM tree, guys? If you will open google.com and write some DOM tree, okay, then you can open the pictures. So here you can see actually how DOM tree looks. That's the JavaScript HTML DOM, but I want to show you there are more pictures. Let's say this one. So body, that's our DOM totally. The window and document and HTML. Head part, for head part we have title and meta, and for body part we have h1, h6, p image. That's all. So that's just an example. Understand how the DOM tree looks, or you can understand this critical rendering path, and that's the DOM tree, guys. Let's say HTML element. That's DOM is a document object model, and then that allows you JavaScript to access the content of web page. Okay, so you know where is HTML, where is body part, where is head section and title as well. So what we can do with jQuery and why we should talk about now about DOM tree. So jQuery, it makes it much more easier to work with the DOM, and this gives us a set of functions that we can choose. We can firstly use to choose which elements to work with and to make change to those elements. So now we will learn how to use jQuery to affect or to use DOM elements, and in the next videos, more videos, I will just talk about how we can do actually by using DOM. But firstly, I'm going to show you guys how we can using or selecting DOM elements. So first of all, I'm going to go to my index.html part, then file, and then right over here some h1, let's say I want, and then my ID, that's the my DOM. Let's write my DOM. Okay, my DOM. Just wanted for example. So here I'm going to write DOM tree. So I have h1 with ID my DOM. In this example, the ID of my DOM will let you identify and change this particular heading without affecting other elements or even other h1 headings. Okay, so what we want right now do here in script.js, I'm going to write over here, let's say variable my let's say head elements, okay, equals to document.getElement by ID. So in JavaScript we should use this one, document get element by ID, and my ID is my DOM. So I want to affect to this my DOM. But how? By calling document get element by ID with my DOM ID, I tell the browser to look for the element with the ID of my DOM. And this call returns a DOM object that corresponds to the ID again. Then we save this DOM object to the variable head element. Okay? So let's write our console.log. I want head element dot inner HTML. Oh, let's write something like that. So what's inner HTML? Once we selected an element, we can manipulate it with JavaScript. For example, we can use the inner HTML property to retrieve and replace text inside the selected element. Okay, so I want change in this DOM tree text using this inner HTML because I want to affect this text. Okay, so I want to replace the heading text using the DOM right now. So what I would do right now, let's say I have new head element. Okay, I will do prompt here. Prompt, this is a DOM tree. Okay, now I've tried to affect to this text and replace that. So head element equals to dot inner HTML equals to new head element. So save that and refresh the page. I've refreshed here. Okay. So DOM tree, I have DOM tree. Let's delete that. Save that. My DOM. Okay, save that. Okay, so refresh. This is a DOM tree. Okay, that was DOM tree. When you load the page, we had an alert. That's like a prompt. This is a DOM tree. With the text, this is a DOM tree. And we use a prompt dialog to ask the user for a new heading. And set a text, the user enters the variable new heading text. So this is a DOM tree. Okay. So I'm going to check again. There is something wrong. Why? Okay. Dot and head elements. Now save that. Refresh. Oh, let's change that. Okay, let's change that. So I could already affect the text. Okay, so with jQuery, what I did right now, I've here used this head element and I gave new head element, and I've used my DOM ID. If explain that from 0, we use document get element by ID to get the h1 element with the ID of my DOM and save it into the variable head element. Okay, so I will print the string returned by head element in HTML, which prints DOM3. So to the console, and we use a prompt dialog to ask the user for a new heading, and then enter. You can enter whatever you want to change your new or affect your text and change the text. So then finally, I will set the inner HTML property of head element to the text saved in new head element. And when you load this page in browser, you will get the something write less into more. Okay, so we can change this. So using jQuery, we can work with the DOM tree, guys. That's really, that DOM methods are great, but they are not very easy to use. So that's the reason more developers, they use a set of tools called jQuery to access and manipulate the DOM tree. So as a JavaScript library, so we have JavaScript library that gives us this opportunity and this chance to do that. So that's the way with JavaScript we did it. But I want to replace the same text, the same thing, writing less and doing more. I have here 4 line, and I will delete that. Just write here $, and my ID is my DOM, and my text is new head element. I guess that's all. So in what should be the variable new head element, because I want to give some prompt that will be with JavaScript. Okay, so let's write your new text. Save that, go to here, DOM3. So we have now var new element, new head element equals to prompt, this one, and now I want to my DOM within this quotes in dot text. Okay, now it's correct. Refresh, yeah, change. So that's the jQuery interactive and dynamic behavior. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.